Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, we are 68 days away from the Great American Race, the 2026 Daytona 500. We had some things in the court yesterday talking about money and it's just a lot of this stuff. It's like it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. These teams want NASCAR to bail them out, basically. They want NASCAR to pay them so they can make money. But yet, the teams are the ones that hire the more employees than they need. The teams are the ones that went to NASCAR. Which first this came about. They went to NASCAR and said, protect us from ourselves. So when NASCAR creates this car, we don't want this. What do you want? I don't understand. I mean, the teams were the ones spending hundreds of millions of dollars to manipulate stuff to get a competitive advantage. But when NASCAR puts things into place where that can't happen, now we sue NASCAR because we don't make money. But we hire hundreds of engineers when we don't need them because we're trying to get a competitive advantage. So we spend more money than we should. But now we want NASCAR to give us money because, well, you know, we're greedy. We want to make money. But we want them to give us money, but we want to be able to spend unlimited. I mean, is there a way to put a cap on what they spend? I don't know how this gets resolved. I mean, I know one of the owners came out, Spire came out and said NASCAR needs to settle. I think they do. I think we need a settlement before the judge rules. Because no matter what the judge rules, I think there's going to be an appeal. I don't think this gets taken care of this off season. This drags into the season, and I think some fans are kind of dug in on either side, and it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be bad for the sport as well. But time will tell. We'll see what happens. But we are 68 days away from the 2026 Daytona 500, so we're gonna profile car number 68. Like I've said before, when I think of certain car numbers, the yellow country time 68. You know, first thing I think of when I think of 68. It was pink for a little while as well. Bobby Hamilton driving it. I remember that. 400 races for the number 68 in the Cup Series. 10 top 5s. 56 top 10s. 1 pole. First race, February 11th, 1951. Last race, September 18th, 2001. 47 different drivers over those 400 starts. 252 times it was a Ford, 63 Chevy, 55 Oldsmobile, 25 Buick, 12 Pontiac, 9 Plymouth, 3 Dodge, and 2 Mercury. Bob Darrington actually has the most starts in the number 60 with 71, 3 top 5s, 21 top 10s, average finish 14.3. And then Bobby Hamilton, 68 starts, 6 top 10s, average finish 22.4. Larry Boumel, 39 starts, 2 top 10s, average finish 24.8. Ed Livingston, 33 starts, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, average finish 20.0. And a pioneer of our sport who, looking back, you would think she would have been bigger than she actually was because of what barriers she broke down. Even to today, 2025, we still have barriers in the sport for, you know, African Americans and for women. Janet Guthrie, 31 starts in the number 68, 5 top 10s, average finish 19.3. Derek Cope, 29 starts, average finish 29.5. Lenny Pond, 24 starts, 2 top 5s, 6 top 10s, average finish of 20.1. On the Xfinity side, 157 starts among 22 drivers, 1 driver won, 6 top 5s, 19 top 10s. First race was March 5th, 1983. Last race was November 5th, 2022. We know the guy that won in it, Brandon Brown. 93 starts in the number 68 in the Xfinity Series. That one win at Talladega. That changed his life forever. Not in a great way. 6 top 5s, 19 top 10s, average finish 18.0. I know he reigned the next year. Obviously had some sponsorship issues. One of the sponsors didn't get approved through NASCAR after, quote, getting approved to start out with. I don't understand how that process worked. I don't know if it was something where NASCAR gave a tentative approval and then investigated more and went, yeah, no, we don't need part of this. We all know what happened at Talladega. There's no reason to talk about, getting the details of what happened. it's just unfortunate for Brandon Brown that he got caught up in that. I know it hurt him the next year, and he's since been out of NASCAR. But it's just unfortunate that, the quote NASCAR fan did that, and it turned the way it turned and turned on one of their own. Chris Diamond, 12 starts, average finish 30.3. Chris Wright, 9 starts, average finish 28.4. Rick Markle, 8 starts, average finish 30.0. Matt Carter, 6 starts, average finish 38.8. Carl Long, 5 starts, average finish 39.0 in the number 68 Xfinity car. On the truck side, 12 drivers, 85 starts, 2 top 10s. First start was September 30th, 1995. Last start September 5th, 2021. Clay Greenfield, 53 starts, 2 top 10s, average finish 23.8. Rodney Sawyer's 12 starts, average finish 20.8. Bobby Dowder, 7 starts, average finish 22.3. And Brandon Miller, 3 starts, average finish 19.7. We also learned yesterday that Nick Sanchez will not be back into Big Machine Racing for 2026. Kind of late in the off season for that kind of announcement, which is weird. I don't know if there's a sponsor thing, which I thought Scott Burchetta sponsored his own car. Don't know. But one thing that I do actually hate is anytime a driver of that caliber is available, immediately everyone's like, "Whoa, Junior Motorsports needs that car. Oh, Colic Racing needs that truck." That's the new one. Colic Racing needs that truck. They can do a 6 truck. You can't just, But here's the thing now. The 14 hasn't announced a driver yet. So who knows? Nick Sanchez is going to find it. He'll have a ride for next year. Just, there's a lot of rides not even announced for next year yet. We don't know what happened there. We don't know any ins and outs. Maybe somebody else takes that ride and he gets to their ride. Who knows? But I just hate that everyone immediately jumps to Junior Motorsports or now Colic in the Truck Series. Guess what? Stuart Friesen has a second truck that hasn't been announced yet. Tricon Garage typically runs 5 trucks. Then 1 all-star truck and then 4 full-time trucks. They've only announced 1. It's time to slow your roll a little bit. The Cup Garage is full. We know the Cup Garage is full, except for maybe some part-time stuff. But Xfinity is not even close to being full. Neither is Truck Series. So there's still time. He'll get a good ride, I promise. He'll be somewhere next year. All right, we are 68 days away. We used to get little nuggets of driver stuff here and there, sponsor stuff. We found out Rick Ware's switching to Chevrolets, which, okay. There's actually more Toyotas than Ford in the Cup Series this year. It's different. This whole thing on the lawsuit about them talking about, somebody said the IRL cart split was a good thing for owners. It wasn't a good thing. It would be just detrimental if it happened in stock car racing. There isn't enough tracks. There isn't enough, maybe small tracks, but like the intermediates, there's not, because what SMI owns, why would SMI break their exclusive contract with NASCAR just to try to support a second series? Would they? I don't know, because here's the thing, folks. And a lot of people don't know this. In 1946, Bill France had, National Stock Car Circuit or something, champion, whatever it was called. And then there's a rival one as well. So in NASCAR, this is 2 years prior to NASCAR mighty, in 1946. 1946 and 47, Bill France had a stock car circuit before NASCAR. That 1947 meeting at the Streamline Hotel at Daytona everyone talks about, the December meet of 1947, it was car owners and drivers and stuff, mechanics from that previous series that met to create a bigger series, and that's when NASCAR was born. This other series was already around, 1946 through 1951. Bruton Smith ran it. So this is one of Bruton's first big things in the stock car racing. He was the manager of that series. He ran it. That series went out of business and ended up merging with NASCAR in 1951. So if in 1946 through 1951, if Bruton Smith, of all people, couldn't make a second stock car series work, it's not going to work in 2025. And if from 1952 through whenever Bruton passed away in 2008 or something, or whatever it was, when he was still the height of running an SMI, he didn't come up with a second series, it's not going to work. He would have been the guy to do it because he had the tracks. He owned the tracks. So he could have said, NASCAR, piss off. I got my own tracks. I'll start my own series. He didn't for a reason. It wasn't a viable business plan. It's not going to work if it happens now. It's going to literally just torpedo. That series will go down torpedo. It's going to torpedo NASCAR. So let's hope that we never get there. Anyway, 68 days away. Stay tuned to Rubber Sports Show as we count down to Daytona. As always, thanks for watching the Rubber Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Rubber Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports show content.